Hey writers, this is going to be our model text for personal narratives and focusing on the writer's voice. This text is called Intolerance and Love in Jamaica. As we read, let's think about how the writer's voice comes through, their personality. How can we tell a little bit about the writer just by looking at their words? Let's take a look. I'll read the first paragraph. I went to the island for a family reunion, and while I already hit high school, I had never seen Jamaica, so I flinched at the shouts once the airport came into view, and then again at the clapping once we finally hit the tarmac. And I thought, so the hell what? We've landed. Big deal. But the lady sitting beside me squeezed my arm as if to say, isn't this marvelous? She told me she was home. She told me I was home. Now I want us to think about what impression do we have of the writer from this first paragraph. What words suggest the feeling that you get of the writer here? And where can you really feel their voice? For me, when I think about the writer's voice, it is clear by looking at this part of the first paragraph, where the writer says, so the hell what? We've landed. Big deal. To me, the writer is coming off as sarcastic, kind of like a know-it-all. Not really excited to be in Jamaica. So I'm thinking, maybe this is just a kid who thinks they know it all. Now let's look at the second paragraph. I want us to think about, what does it add to our understanding of who the writer is? Let me read it. I'd heard stories about the situation for queer folks in Jamaica, but they were hard to put into perspective. I had nothing to compare them with. I lived in a small town in Texas. I'd have sooner set myself on fire than come out. I'd never seen a pair of gay people, and I had yet to find them in books. So the notion of a happy ending felt pretty amorphous, like some pot at the end of this camouflage rainbow. So the question was, what is added to our understanding of the writer from the second paragraph? How does their voice come through in this paragraph? Take a moment and think about that and put it in the question. For me, I learned a lot about the writer in this paragraph. With lines like this one, I learned that the writer may not be comfortable with telling everybody about who they are. I also learned that this writer may be not very trusting of other people because they haven't had experience feeling comfortable about themselves. All of that is the writer's voice coming through, and I'm beginning to get an understanding of who the person is behind the words.